things that we were mentioning earlier that is a big question mark for new parents and grandparents is about the business of, should babies be left to cry so they can adjust, or whatever in the world we think babies are going to learn from being left to cry, or not? And I think that needs to be addressed once and for all. I think it's so important.
It's huge, and it's huge just neurobiologically.
Okay.
Forget about ethically or morally or any of that stuff. It's when we let a child stay in a state of distress for an extended period of time, that part of us and our brain that is being stimulated is being developed. So, if I work my bicep over and over again, my bicep gets bigger and bigger and bigger. So what's being overdeveloped when we do this with our babies? It's the lower centers of the brain that have to do with survival. It's that area of the brain called the amygdala. So what we're doing is we are overdeveloping the safety, the alarm system in the body, so that it can easily be set off the rest of their life. So we're overdeveloping that. And here's even makes it more complicated, because that system is the foundational system. Every other system stacks on it. When we get that miscalibrated, in other words, it's overactive.
Exactly.
Then we've got something else that's going to be underactive. Then something else has to be over. It's kind of like a chiropractic alignment in our brains. So letting the baby cry is not just a yay, nay question. It's something we fundamentally need to not do. And now there's going to be enough times that we're not going to get there. We don't have to be Johnny on the spot. It's like, move out of the way, the baby's crying.
Yes.
We don't have to. It's not
the world is not going to come to an end.
Right. But we need to attend to that baby and soothe that baby and turn that alarm system off.
Okay.
It's very important, because we don't want those centers of the brain to be overactive all our life. And I think each of us knows people in our lives who have overactive alarm systems.
Absolutely.
And life becomes overwhelming very, very quick for them. And stress has a huge impact and ultimately creates disease and sickness. So the baby is going to cry. It's a signal to us. And it's interesting, that signal, because anybody who's been around a crying baby, especially women, men don't actually have the same system in them, but women will turn. They're like, baby crying.
Yes.
And almost in this little alarm state. Have you seen people go? And of course the parent holding the child is like, oh my God, they're judging me. No, they're not being judged by the bystanders. It's that we have a system inside us that the child literally gets us to feel that. So as their alarm system rings in them, women in general, their alarm system will go, do something!
Right.
And so it sets off the do something system. So, and that's there for a reason. That means do something means walk to some way and soothe the child.
Yes.
So then we move into how we soothe
and the absolutely preposterous notion that, well, if you pick them up and soothe them, you're spoiling them.
Yes.
It's like, where that comes from, we don't have any idea, but it's absolutely fallacious.
Well, it is. And young infants do not have intentional behavior until 11 or 12 months, where they see something on the floor and they actually move towards it intentionally.
Exactly.
So they cannot manipulate you.
Yes.
At 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 months.
Exactly.
It's impossible. It's just impossible to be manipulated. All you can do is you can respond to them as you respond and soothe them. You turn off the alarm system, and then you seek to do problem solving. So you teach them that pattern for their life, which means alarm system on, soothe it down, solve the problem. Alarm system on, calm it down, soothe the problem. Not perseverate in the problem.
Exactly. And as mentioned before or later, the idea that, an authority figure, whether it's a member of the family or a pediatrician or somebody that says, oh, they should learn to eat every 4 hours.
Exactly.
And so if they start to cry before them, just let them cry. It's like, that's such ghastly advice. But sometimes young parents who are used to listening to authority figures and haven't yet established within themselves that they are the final authority when it comes to their children. It's like, this is a word to them, follow your own intuition, and not an outside authority figure on this matter.
And I know you're becoming a grandmother.
Yes.
But sometimes we have the issues of the children and their mother, the mother or the mother-in-law is like, just let them cry. I let you cry, you're fine.
Yeah. Oh no.
Oh no, and you're not invited back.
Yeah, right.
So, whether it's your parents, mother and father-in-law, pediatricians, I think the biggest thing we can share to anybody who would watch this is you are wise beyond measure.
Absolutely.
And if you calm down and listen to your heart, you will not be guided wrong, especially in regard to your own child, which you know better than anybody on the planet.
Absolutely. Absolutely.